gentlemen, welcome to the BMW Group press conference. Please welcome Mr. Ian Robertson, member of the Board of Management responsible for sales and marketing.
Ladies and gentlemen, great to be back in Detroit and seeing all these crowds. Really good to have you all with us. How do you like our newest addition to our Roadster lineup, the new BMW Z4 S-Drive 35IS? Now this Roadster is definitely one of BMW brand's sportiest models and enjoys top spot in its segment. The Z4 is fascinating enough, but this model has begun to be designed to boost the engine output even further to 250 kilowatts or 335 horsepower to be precise. Now I speak from personal experience when I say that these numbers ensure much higher engine power, something you feel in all kinds of driving situations, and it'll be available to US customers as of spring this year. I was also really impressed by the Z4's really low consumption. 26.1 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 210 grams per kilometre in the EU test cycle. Now these are great figures, and this means this car is in the same ballpark as a regular Z4 despite all that additional power. And once again, it shows efficient dynamics is the ideal way to combine ultimate driving machine, of course, with a sense of responsibility. Thank you, Stacey. Doesn't he look great? Yeah, great colour too. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's become a tradition here in Detroit to give an overview of our sales figures for the previous year, and I'll now continue to do that. Now, last year, the BMW Group sold close to 1.29 million BMW Mini and Rolls-Royce brand automobiles, which was about 10% fewer than in 2008. Now, taking a look back at the individual brands, BMW delivered close to 1.7 or 1.07 million vehicles. Mini held its own in a very challenging year with sales of more than 216,000 cars, and Rolls-Royce delivered over 1,000 automobiles in 2009. Now, faced with the overall economic crisis, we're quite satisfied with these figures. We had to absorb somewhat larger decreases in the first half of the year, but of course every other manufacturer did as well. However, in the second half we reversed that trend, and since September the BMW Group's global automotive sales have been back above 2008 levels, and they continue to climb. The month of December saw encouraging growth of over 10% for the BMW Group, with sales of over 124,000 vehicles. Altogether, we experienced a more moderate change, a more moderate decline than we initially expected or anticipated. All in all, the BMW Group performed better than the overall Plus segment last year, and we maintained our position as the world's leading provider of premium automobiles. Here in the United States, we sold close to 242,000 BMW Mini and Rolls-Royces. That was a decrease of around 20% from 2008. Better than the premium segment overall. December gave us cause for optimism, of course. Last month our sales were up 9.2% over the same period last year here in the US. Now, looking ahead, on a global level, we're cautiously optimistic as we move into 2010. We expect to still feel the effects of the financial crisis, but we're confident that we'll return to the growth path during this year. Now, we're aiming for single-digit growth in 2010. Looking at the US, it's hard to make predictions about the market during the year. However, we anticipate some positive momentum from the middle of the year onwards, and for the full year in 2010, we expect to achieve higher sales than in 2009. So what makes us confident about the future? Well, first of all, a company that builds cars like these such ultimate driving machines is bound to be the strongest contender in a tough competitive environment. And we have much more in store for our customers around the world. The BMW 5 Series Gran Turismo recently came to market, and today we're introducing the 535i, another model to this range here in the US. A month ago, we launched the BMW Active Hybrid X6. Great car, I drive one myself. The BMW Active Hybrid 7 will be at US dealerships towards the end of the second quarter. And we also have an all-wheel drive version of the 7 Series that has just been launched here. We're pleased also to announce the return of the 7 Series with the inline-6 engine to North America this year. And it's here with us today, so you can see it a little bit later. But last and not least, we have very high expectations for the BMW 5 Series sedan, which has received an extremely positive media response, and I thank all of you who have seen that car and made those comments. Now, by the end of 2012, we will have renewed around 60% of our product range, and this will bring our portfolio right up to date and make it even more attractive to our customers. Our second issue is that we have confidence in the strength of our global network, including this market. We have been investing $1 billion in the growth and expansion of our business in the United States. We announced last fall that we'll invest a further $1.5 billion in our plants in Germany up to the end of 2010, and around $840 million in China for the expansion of our Shenyang facilities. But the US remains one of our most